Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to another video here, another real quick one for a movie that I was pretty excited to check out, even to the point where I had rewatched the Evil Dead 2013 remake. This one, of course, is for Evil Dead Rise from 2023. Literally from just tonight it opened up, so it's going to be out this weekend. The synopsis for this latest installment is as follows. A twisted tale of two estranged sisters whose reunion is cut short by the rise of flesh-possessing demons, thrusting them into a primal battle for survival as they face the most nightmarish version of family imaginable. So not hearing anything about Ash or a cabin or a book in that synopsis, and that's okay, because one thing that I learned about watching that 2013 remake is which things I kind of find most important when they are doing a remake. First one, of course, is to keep that spirit of the original, just keep that alive and well behind all of it. Really at that forefront, but also to make it its own thing. You know, you don't want to have too many things always calling back to the originals where you're going to be constantly making those comparisons. You want it to really be able to stand on its own 2 feet. And with this film, it definitely succeeded. Like I said, you know, this will be a quick non-spoiler one, so I just want to mention a few key points here so you'll know what to expect if you go and check out this film. First off, you know, it starts off with showing some bad stuff going down, some real Evil Dead style horror going on before we get a little flashback to what happened one day earlier, which is where most of this had kind of actually started. It takes us into our main setting with, you know, this old apartment complex that's run down, scheduled to be demolished. One sister, as they say, these estranged sisters, one visiting another, and her 2 daughters and son. And yeah, there's an earthquake. Kind of reveals how they come across the Necronomicon and these recordings, which in this case is a vinyl. And like all the previous incarnations and installments of this franchise, evil is unleashed onto our unsuspecting family, and they just are kind of forced to deal with it the best way that they can. Luckily, they did really great with all this. I only saw 1 or 2 callbacks to the original and a few lines that were kind of repeated, but not so much that it was feeling like it was breaking that fourth wall or giving too much of a callback or was too distracting, just that I could see that that inspiration was definitely there. And, you know, like what I enjoy about most horror films, and I've mentioned this a lot, is a mystery. Luckily with this one, because they're changing a little bit about that Necronomicon and where it's from and the recordings and how old they are, we get a little bit of a difference here where we're not going to be constantly knowing what to expect or how they're going to wrap this up. So we have that mystery element that I really love. For the like horror and gore specific aspects to it, they were excellent. They definitely excelled. It was violent and gory, just really, really gross. And there was even a point where I thought that although it was very gross, which is cool, it wasn't quite at that same blood level as what we saw in the 2013 version. And then literally within 5 minutes, it got worse. It really went above and beyond with the gore, and it was amazingly done. A really good mix of the practical and the digital as well. It definitely felt like a very fresh installment into this franchise, one that's kind of more inspired by the 2013 version, and of course, you know, the original too, but mainly from the 2013 version. None of the comedy that we saw in Army of Darkness and Ash vs. the Evil Dead, which is good. You know, this is just good old-fashioned horror, gore, and undead disgustingness, if that's even a word. Definitely kept me on the edge of my seat, and was kind of amazed at like just the overall level that they cranked this up to for this installment, while somehow balancing where the inspiration came from with it standing on its own 2 feet and kind of being its own thing. It's also, like I said, because they changed a couple things here and there that I feel like they've opened it up to some possible future entries as well, which I'd be all for. You know, give me a new one of these every year or two, and I'll gladly go to the theater to check it out. Speaking of checking out, thanks for checking out this little quickie review of mine for Evil Dead Rise 2023. Like I said, it's in the theaters this weekend, so get out there if you want to see some amazing gore up on the big screen. And I really think you'll enjoy it as much as I did. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one.